Waiting on more people. I just came on early because I'm like one of those anticipators. I can't wait. It's ridiculous, I know. My one person's gone. Please. Going live. It is Wednesday. Everybody must be busy today. Hello. It's Wednesday. We're going live. Any questions? So I live in Florida. I live in North Central Florida. Totally open about where I live, who I am, what I do. I've had stalkers in real life, so I don't worry about stalkers online. I know how to handle it. And honestly, the older I get, the less I worry about it. So, yeah, there's probably people out there to stalk old ladies, but like, they can take a hike. This old lady ain't scared. So, I live in Florida. I've lived here about 20 years, roughly. I believe I moved here, and I'm honestly fuzzy about the details. I'd have to look back. But I think I moved here in August of 2024. 2004, sorry. So I believe I moved here in August of 2004. And, I mean, it could have been 2003, but I really think it was 2004. I'd have to look and see. Anyway, Facebook didn't even catch traction. Something happened to my arm today. I don't know what I did. So Facebook didn't even catch traction until like 2006. Down here, I remember there was a point where it was college students only, and then Facebook transitioned to like regular people too. Because in the beginning, it was a college student thing, kind of like Snapchat, where you take pictures of your friends drunk at the bar or whatever, and it was kind of like an embarrassing thing, like, oh, look, there's Rose passed out, and like they take pictures of me and send it on the Facebook page or whatever. So back in the beginning, Facebook was really an intermediate Snapchat, essentially. And then it opened up and they allowed regular people to join Facebook. And a lot of people used it as a method to connect to, people from their past or whatever. I remember jumping on Facebook somewhere around 2005, maybe-ish. No, maybe 2006. And then slowly, it was like a trickle-down thing where I remember maybe it was 2007 or 8. All of a sudden, all my friends from Maine kind of jumped on it. Whereas there was only like one or two friends on there before, and we used to play. It was actually my friend Dylan and my friend Devin, maybe one more friend. But like there was like 3 of us on there, and we used to play the primitive games that they had on there. Like I remember there's like vampires and silly games like that. They weren't really games. They were just click and things would happen. I don't know why we did it. Why not, right? We were pioneers. So we would click those things, and then, it was like kind of like, oh, you win 27 points because you killed his vampire. I don't know. It almost reminded me like Dungeons and Dragons or something. It was really primitive gaming. I don't get it. Anyway, then it evolved to Farmville. I kind of fell out of that. I didn't do the Farmville thing. I did do Angry Birds. I did a lot of Angry Birds with my friends on Facebook. Again, I remember playing that. Devin was one of my friends. Now, I remember specifically, I started, because Facebook was my account, but my son, let's see, how old was he? He was about in kindergarten, I'd say 4, 5, 6 years old. He was really into Angry Birds, and it got to the point where he'd be upset, like if I didn't buy him the boosted things, you know, so he could like have extra lives or do this or that, and like he'd be like, "Mom, you gotta buy it." Well, we used it as a thing. It was like a fun game we played together, and then he played my friends, right? So I started playing my friends on Facebook, and then he got into it. He'd be like, "Mom, you need to beat your friend." Like it's, you know, he'd tell me I have these notifications, and I'm like, you know, whatever, because I'm busy doing something else, right? You know, and he's like, "Oh, well, I'll do it," you know. And he'd get on there and he'd do my little Angry Bird tournaments, and he was doing really good. So I'm like, oh my gosh, he's beating all my friends. He's doing better than I am. So I just let him do it. And then at some point, I remember telling my friends, you're getting beat by a 4-year-old or whatever. It was kind of funny. So I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but that's early social media back in the day. And then how did that evolve? It was like MySpace evolved into Facebook, and Facebook evolved into Instagram. Instagram evolved into, there was Tumblr, and there was a couple other things. Anybody remember? I'm not getting any chats, so nobody's staying. So I can't remember. I can't remember the early days stuff. I remember Facebook, Instagram. Oh, Periscope. I talked to someone about that last night. I loved Periscope. It was Joey. Joey told me that. Joey told me that Periscope and Twitter have merged. I didn't know that. I'm gonna go revive my Periscope account. I gotta get back on that. I will post a link. Because I'm telling you, Periscope was the answer. That was the answer back in the day. But then they got all weird, and I had to jump ship. When was that? I don't know. 2012, 2013-ish? I was doing a lot of weather videos, and they were boosting me because I did a lot of, like, Florida hurricane videos and stuff. I've always been into weather. It's not just a phase. So, look at this. This is how they do me. You look behind me. Nothing. I don't want that crap on there. Live, showing like this ridiculous shit live. Fake clouds live. Anyway. Talk to me. 8 people, no talk. So I am living in Florida. It's hot. Right now it is June 12th. And it's probably 90 something degrees out. I would say 92. Maybe 90 degrees. But between 90 and 92, it's hot. The sun is behind a cloud. It's the only saving grace right now. It's going slowly behind the trees and the horizon, so I might survive this. But I'm telling you, like, this is rough. It's rough to live here. So any little jerk off that thinks they're like, oh, I'm made for Florida, like, good luck, okay? I grew up in Maine, and I didn't love the weather there, but I didn't hate it either. I mean, it's all I knew. When I moved down here, I moved in August, and that was the dumbest thing I could ever done. If you're from way up north, you're from cold, like Canada, Maine, top tier of the United States, like I would literally, if I was you, I would move gradually. I would either halfway live for a while until you decide, but acclimate your body, like, because I jumped right in, and I was like, this is hell. It was horribly hot. It was so hot, and it's hot now, but I like it now. Like, now I'm used to it. When I first got here, I was like, I felt like I couldn't breathe. I can't breathe in this shit. Now I feel fine. Now I feel great. You know, I love it now, but like, you can't expect to feel your best when you're from such another area. Like, Um, your blood is not even acclimated. It's an actual scientific thing. I would also suggest move here if you got to go all in. You got to move here. I would do it in the winter months. If you're from way up north, I would suggest that you move here in the winter months, and I would suggest that you do not throw out any of your winter clothing. Save everything. Once you move here, save it for 5 years. If you haven't used it in 5 years, you may never use it. But keep it or sell it because someone down here may buy it. Okay? Do you understand me? Like, I threw out a lot of jackets and boots and stuff. And then I realized, so I threw a lot of shit out before I moved here. And then when I got here, I said, oh my God, I can't believe I brought this jacket. But 2 years later, I was like, oh, I wish I hadn't thrown out that jacket. Now, maybe I'm only going to use it 2-3 days a year, but now I got to buy another jacket for 2 to 3 days a year. So don't throw your stuff out. It's not in your favor. Just keep it. Hoard your winter shit. Winter's not bad here, though. I live in Gainesville. Gainesville, it rarely dips below freezing. When it does, it's like twice during the winter. That's it. That's it. So enjoy it. The foliage stays all year round. You have green all year round. Crepe myrtles right now. That's my bread and butter right now. It's just like making me so delighted. I love that crepe myrtle. So, I mean, I have my tropical plants I love, but when I first moved here, I couldn't stand the fact that I didn't know how to grow any of these plants. It took me forever. You have to learn a whole new pattern of growth and growing season and vegetables versus flowers and fertilization. You gotta fertilize way more down here because the soil is all sand and it's dead. There's nothing in it. So keep that in mind. Fish emulsion is your friend. And then, I mean, what else? I don't know what else about Florida. Thank you. How hot does it get? It gets hot. It'll get over 100 degrees. I'm in Gainesville, right? So I'm about 2 hours from Georgia, maybe 2.5. I'm an hour and a half from Jacksonville, hour and 20 minutes if there's no traffic. And so to get to Georgia, it's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours tops, right? Okay. To get to Miami, it's about 6 hours, 7 hours if there's a lot of traffic, right? If you run into some accidents. So I'm quite a ways away from Miami, which is way hotter than here. It's a different lifestyle, different tropic. But I'm in like zone 9B, I think. 9B. Gardening zone 9B. And you have a friend in Jacksonville? Yeah, Jacksonville it's kind of crazy. I honestly wouldn't recommend Jacksonville, but the suburbs of Jacksonville are not bad. Like Green Cove Springs looks nice. I don't know for sure. Suburbs, like the little suburbs of Jacksonville. Jacksonville's a mess. It's a fucking mess. It reminds me of Boston. I hate it. I hate Jacksonville, so don't ask me about Jacksonville. But I like Gainesville. Gainesville's a little messy too, but it's a college town. It's a little more quaint, cute. They try to at least keep the crime to a reported minimum. But they literally, you know what I mean? They know your kids are coming here, I think. So I kind of enjoy Gainesville in that sense, raising children. It's a land of opportunity, but my kids squander it. I can't say that, to be honest. My youngest son is oblivious, but my oldest is squandering his opportunities here in Gainesville. We'll see what he does with his life path. All right. Can you share your great experience you had in Florida here? My greatest experiences in Florida, I mean, I don't know. I've had a lot of good times here. The beaches are great. It's a lot of fun to go to the Keys. There's a lot of history here. St. Augustine's a history city. It's beautiful. There's a lot of good times, and it's beautiful all year round. Especially if you're from way up north, or if you're from another country that's really cold. It is really decent all year round. Like, the coldest it's gonna get in the winter, honestly, it's about, I mean, really, 50s, 40s, tops. I mean, not really that much. It's usually like 50. First 3 years I lived here, this is no lie, guys, but I wore flip-flops. First 3 years. Like, almost every day. All through winter. I was like, ah. And I'll dress just like this, because I'm like, I'm in Florida, bitches. I'm putting clothes on. That's crazy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm dancing in Florida. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to the beach. I'm having a good time. I'm going to enjoy this. So, that's my word. Just, guys, this isn't a place to hide inside. This isn't a place. Don't come here unless you like it hot, because otherwise you're going to pay a lot for AC and you're going to sit inside all the time and you're going to be bored as fuck. So, I used to be a cigarette smoker. I think I was smoking when I moved here, and then I quit. Yes, that's the truth. I quit. So I moved here in like 2004, and I quit smoking cigarettes in 2007 when I got pregnant with my oldest. And when I got pregnant, I was just like, no more cigarettes. I couldn't believe it. It was like all of a sudden I didn't have that in and out of the house shut all the time. Like, I was like, I never smoked in the house. Gross. So I'd go outside to smoke. And then I remember the difference. I was like, oh, it's so nice when I don't feel like I have to go outside, the hot day, or it's really cold or whatever. The extremes, I don't know. It's just nice. It was nice not being a smoker, too. I say go for the THC, and nowadays you can edible it up. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I'm paying attention. What are the taxes like in Florida? I'm from England. Okay, so I don't know what the taxes are like in England, but in Florida, there is no state tax. You only pay federal tax. So you're going to pay your federal taxes, and you're going to pay, your sales taxes and stuff like that. There's no state tax, which when I lived in Maine, I paid both. I paid a federal tax and a state tax. State tax up there went to fix the roads, a lot of conservation. I don't know. I never had a problem with Maine politics, but I wasn't really a political person when I lived up there. So that's another thing. I always loved Susan Collins. I felt, this is ridiculous, but I felt like I had a personal relationship with her, because more than once I wrote to her and got responses that seemed somewhat tailored. To, at least her assistant sent it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like my voice was heard up there. There's a small population. But, down in Florida, you're not going to be heard. You're not going to be heard. You better know how to speak English. If not, you better know who to talk to. It's just not, it's not the place to play games, guys. I don't think, if I was an illegal person, or if I was a person that didn't speak very good English, I would not want to move here. If I didn't have a lot of money, I wouldn't want to move here. I moved here when I was broke. Broke, joke, had no money, living out of my car, literally like boop, 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 booped my way all the way down the coast. I booped. I boop, boop, be-doop, be-doop. I jumped around. I drove my car all the way. How do I? No, that's not true. I didn't drive my car. I rode. I took a ride. But, like, I forgot about that. My car broke down. I left it at a hotel. Anyway, So anyway, I got all the way down here, and it was totally crazy. When I finally got here, I was like, I'm so broke. And I had like 4 roommates in a 3-bedroom house, and I had the cheap room because it had a pink carpet, and nobody wanted the pink carpet. I was the only female in a house full of dudes, party house. And like my room also had the only lock on the door. I was like, thank God. But the carpet was stained and it was so nasty. It was like nobody would want to rent that. They rented to me for like $400 a month. Oh, the catch was there was only one bathroom. Whatever. I had joined a gym or whatever, so I was like not worried about it. So it was cool. KPC, I am from Maine. Share your great experiences. How are you? What are taxes like? She owns there. She's rarely home. She works for Checkers based out of Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta, Checkers, you're probably making good money. Living in tropics got me used to. Hee hee, what's the scene of alligator attacks? I don't see alligator attacks all the time. I honestly don't. I've never seen one in my yard. But I never lived in a place with a body of water in my yard either, guys. So, I mean, that's part of it. Like, it just depends where you put yourself. Have I seen gators in weird places? Sure. Not where I'd, like, let my kids play. It's not like that. It's not, don't let it, like, fool you like that. They ain't just roaming around like little dogs. It's not like that. They do pop up. The more south you go, the more likely you find it. Just stay away from the water. Here's what's up. You don't need to worry about the gators as much as the amoebas. There's little amoebas in the water that will, like, infiltrate your body. Don't do it, guys. Be careful where you swim. Okay. Are you talking to me? That is awesome. I haven't been to Maine yet. Florida is amazing. Florida is kind of amazing. It's honestly way more fun than Maine. Maine is fun, though. If you like all season sports and you like rough country stuff, like you really love Maine. Like I liked growing up, I could do dirt bike, 4-wheeler, 3-wheelers were back then. They were the thing. Now I don't even know if you can buy them anymore. And then we would do snowmobiles, all kinds of stuff, ice fishing. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Skiing, carrying a shovel at all times. I know, right? But like, yeah, you gotta carry a gun down here anyway, just stay alive. So you might as well shoot a gator if you gotta. It's not a big deal. Gators aren't the big deal, honestly. It's the other people that live in Florida. It's like you want to live in a good neighborhood in Florida. That's the facts. I have never run into problems though. Like, don't get me wrong. I've met some bad people and I've even employed them. But I've never felt like my life was in danger. Thank God. Thank God. KPC, you sound like a lot of fun. Where'd you grow up? You live in Utah. Where'd you grow up? I'm really liking the mountains right now, but I don't know. Florida's fun. I like Florida. I just don't think you should move here if you're not ready for it. Like, don't. Nobody told me how hot it was going to be. I want to do a bunch of videos. What nobody told me about Florida. Things nobody told me. So I want. Hello from Michigan. Hello. So I want to. I don't know. I just want to be more. That's informative on my YouTube channel. It's the only advice they ever have anybody. Oh, you want more views, more watch time, you gotta be more value, add more value. So what's my value, guys? So like, I can tell you how to live in Florida. I can tell you the difference between here and up north. Utah, California, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Texas. Oh yeah, you've been all over, man. That's great. That's great, good for you. should start a travel channel. You should. Like, everybody likes the travel. It's a fact. It's all kinds of it. So I am gonna do more travel. Gotta do more travel. Training someone right now to do my whole job. I love that. The flexibility of letting someone do my job for me. Let me go. Like, I just love that. I love the idea of someone doing exactly what I would do. It makes me, I don't know, it makes me happy. I would love that freedom so I could, like, be more creative, write a book. Does anybody read books anymore? Should I write a book or should I just film chapters? Tell me what you think. Kenyan legs. You read books? You do? Manveer, you do read books? I feel like going for audio podcasts, that's better. So just audio? I don't know anything about podcasts, to be honest with you. It's great. Books, you need more revisions. Yeah, true. Killed that iced coffee, guys. Now we're on water. I shouldn't even drink caffeine in this heat, but how else do you stay awake to 8? Podcasts. Okay, well, what kind of podcasts do you listen to? Audio podcast, great for beginner start. Yeah, but what do you listen to? What kind? Like, what kind of podcasts are best to do? I don't know anything. What should I do for a podcast? Life in Florida. Let me ramble about my life in Florida. True crime. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Should I try true crime on here? It's funny. I think they pay more for stuff like that, which is weird. That's so strange. So many people like it. Joe Rogan. He's a poo. I have a CSI vibe? You really think so? Dun dun dun. Think I could give a CSI vibes? Watch him with guests you respect. Okay, yeah, maybe I will. I still hate Joe Rogan. He seems like a shill. What? My son is making fun of me. Alright. CSI vibe, huh? Should do a poll. Should I try true crime? You guys listen to a lot of true crime? I don't know how that works. Describe my channel in 5 words. Reality, myself, life, Florida, transparency, intellectual, charismatic look that would probably take off. You never know, man. Maybe you're right. I'm just like, you want to be my manager? I need to, like, literally pay someone. They say on YouTube you can make, like, 6 figures and shit. What? Like, I need someone behind me. crypto, Zendo, what do you think? I wish I could do crypto videos. I could, but go watch my crypto video. What am I going to talk about? Stuff someone else talked about? Because that's all I'm going to do, watch someone else's shit. The channel can be at Real Talks by Rose. You mean Real Talks? Like, what do you mean? Like, true crime? Real Talks. My kids are crazy. Anyway. They're arguing. Wow! You think I need to get a manager? I just think I just hired one. Research unsolved crimes. Try to bring in family that are interested in solving. I don't want to niche into, like, hi, I'm Jamie, and, like, I do true crime. Hi, I'm Rose. I do, like, gardening, and, like, hi, my name is Ralph, and I love to cook. I don't want to do that. I just want to be me. Then maybe, like, sub-channels, like, maybe there's subreddits of me, you know? Like, there's a sub-Rose or a sub-Quartz. Like, there's a sub-Ralph inside of me. But, like, I'm not Ralph. You know, maybe there's a sub-Jamie, but I'm not Jamie. Maybe there's a Sarah. It's not me. It's inside me. Hear what women think of current generation people and stuff. You think people want to hear what women have to say, or people just like to watch women? Because you're voyeurs. Let's be honest there, mister. Spontaneous you want. That's what I would do. Well, that's what I try to do. That's what I try to do now. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to go true crime. I was, like, following the Casey Anthony story like a hawk. I don't know what else. I mean, there's a couple other... The Toy Box Killer, that guy was crazy. If anybody wants to hear about the Toy Box Killer, totally hit me up, and I'll do a true crime video. We'll see. Maybe it'll go viral. KPC, you want to be my manager? Maybe you need to hire me. Point the camera at anything, got excited, but everyone's interested in looking at other people's perspective. You know, that's true. That is so true. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. You get it. You get it. You into reading books? How about you give your perspective about them? People give people practical advice. I guess, is that what people want? Is that what the people want on YouTube? I don't know. Seems like they want financial advice, gardening, makeup. I don't know if I'm any of that. They don't want to hear about the fake sky. Can I zoom in? Oh, I can. What's the sky like in your country? It's fake here. They make it. They have a cloud machine. And they create these clouds. Oh, Jimmy, that's so sweet. Thank you, Jimmy. Whoa, you don't want to see me that close, though. Then I'm not beautiful. But that is so sweet, Jimmy. But you guys, do you really think this is real? Can I get, like, real opinions? Is this a real sky? Is this the truth? Tell me. Is this real? Who knows? freaking UFO. What is that thing? Oh, it's me. Sorry. UFOs are real. Dude, think about the definition. Unidentified flying object. For lack of a better phrase, what the hell do you know? They're all unidentified to you. Who are you? Who are you? Sitting at the airport? Are you the FAA? Then they probably all UFOs are you. So, you know. Of course, my son wants to go to the car wash and it's about to rain. Never failed. This is not a nutty bar. This is a peanut butter crunch bar. Majestic 15 Project. No, never saw that. I think this whole life is a project. I feel digital right now as we speak. That's the thing. What's the difference? What's the real difference, guys? I was thinking about that the other day. Sometimes I get irate and I'm like, this world's not real. The clouds are not real. How can all these people just look at the clouds? And they don't know what's going on and they don't know it's not real. But guess what? What's the difference?